Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. Today's topic, as you know from probably reading the banner, is the last will and testament and what that looks like. And what I'm going to do is walk you through a tutorial of how, in my opinion, you should prepare your last will and testament. Reason being, because this is one of the most significant instruments that you will prepare carry on your legacy. And most of the times that's a sloppy affair. And when it's neat and clean, it's really neat and clean. It was taken care of. Most people don't tie up the loose ends, and that leads to a lot of animosity, fraud, criminal activity when it comes to the deaths of people. And in doing that, there's a last will and testament. And what that looks like and what's left, obviously it's beyond your control by then if you've passed away. But now all those heirs, those beneficiaries, you know, in my own personal opinion, the things that I've seen and experienced, even litigated, nothing surprises me when it comes to the last will and testament and everything that's going on with that. So I want to thank you guys for being here on this video. I think this is a very important video when it comes to creating your estate and finalizing your estate and how your generational wealth will be expressed upon your chosen heirs. And if you don't choose any, the state, because everything goes back to the state. I have some classes coming up, VCR classes and trust classes. Trusts 101 and 201, as well as the VCR class. I have the 201 class, Trusts 201, coming up in the end of this month, December 2022. And there's some more in January of all three of the classes. So go on there. Holiday gift package, you get 20% off when you go to the fearlessfloydshow.com. Holiday package. Pick you three of them. Pick you two. Pick one. Pick something else. License plates. And we're going to dive into what we're talking about right here. If you want to reach me, the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com. On Telegram right here, as well as YouTube, which you're probably watching, Rumble and BitChute, PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. The Fearless Floyd Show. Across the board. Easy to remember. I'm even on Facebook and I'm on TikTok. Still haven't used it yet. One of these days. But leave a comment below. Like the video if you like it. Share it with your friends or family. Let's see. If you see anything in this video that you like or that you want, because you're going to see some neat stuff, because that's just how I roll. First, I am a commissioned notary public in the state of Texas. Yes, I am. Have the seal and embosser, everything. You'll see that coming up in this video. And I do everything on a priority level that entrusts security within the act of whatever I do as a notary. And I'll get into that and you'll understand that once I do the presentation and show you what we're talking about. So let me give you a little brief story of what it looks like and kind of why I'm making this video. I had this guy come up to me and he said, "Hey, Floyd, He goes, look, man, my father died and he left me all his, his hot rods, his classic car, his whole collection. Apparently had, more than 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know the exact number. Um, but it was, a handful, put it that way. Handful of classic cars, and some other things. And he goes, well, but my sister's out there, and she's saying that these things aren't there, and just telling me this and telling me that, and he was getting all kinds of different stories, and he was having writing people out in the world, and hey, will you go look and see if my dad's trucks and cars are there, and they wouldn't be there, and this was ongoing through several months, and she sent him an offer to here, take $2,000 cash. Uh, Now I'll put it on your commissary books. And that's your part of the inheritance, just go away. And he got in financial straits and took that 2 grand, and he still had an inheritance, but things got a little twisted. There may or may not have been a dishonest notary public involved. That could have possibly been linked through nepotism. So, you know, I've seen all kind of things, and I know I've read these, these probate cases because the probate is not over in a heartbeat. They last for at least a year, 9 months to up to 18 months, even 2 years. And then if there's appeals on the way, which a lot of times there are, because you're dealing with, actual entity people, it's a different thing. So there we have that. Now, diving into the last will and testament, you need to make it as bulletproof as you possibly can to prevent any person, doesn't matter whether, anybody, your loved ones, believe me, when you start getting big money, real and personal property involved, um, people change quickly, instantly. So anything is up in the air. So what you should have an ironclad, bulletproof last will and testament. This is what that looks like. And here I'm going to hold up the actual physical version right here, which is always hard to see because of my personal background that I use. So I'm going to share the screen and give you the digital copy. So this is the digital copy. And as you can see up here in the upper left-hand corner, there's a grommet and there's a ribbon runs through it. And then there's this embossed gold foil seal. And that's my estate. This is my family crest or coat of arms. This is my flag for my state. Okay, this is last will and testament of me. Now, this ribbon is 100% pure silk ribbon, not polyester or blend or any bullshit man-made stuff. It's all natural, 100%. And you see it goes down here, and this is strictly just an example to show you guys. But if this wasn't my instrument and I was the notary, then boom, there's my notary seal. Okay, to seal this instrument, because It's 7 pages. Each one's initialed by me. And all 7 pages have initials. And what I didn't put in here, because there's only one copy, but what I thought should be in here that is not in here would be a statement right on the cover stating how many copies of this last will and testament are going to be created. And that you would put like this, but down here, and just like blank, a line of blank, and then say 10. This would be 1 of 10, 2 of 10, 3 of 10, 4 of 10, 5, etc., etc., etc. There would be a record documented right on the cover of how many you used. So just in this instrument, there's so many different security features that I want to share with you that you don't even see, that you see a piece of paper. That's basically all you see with a bunch of stuff on it, fancy stuff, right? All this fancy stuff has a deliberate purpose, especially for this instrument. So with this particular instrument, let's just start with the base of it. Okay. Let me get some water. All right. Base of this document, which is, you can hear that, the paper itself. And you hear that and you know, wow, that's not normal copy paper, typing paper that you buy by the case and throw in your laptop. No, that paper is this angle. Let's have it. There you go. It's premium 32. There it is. HP. And it's a 32-pound paper. Or you can use something else like this. Box of it. Those are 2 examples. So pick a specific type of paper, make your paper have some substance, a little more constitution than the regular run-of-the-mill paper. You can even get, specialty watermarked paper. And when I show you this example, of course, you can see that there's a watermark right here running diagonally across the page. This is actually FPT's, my birth date, 06/09/1962 dash 01, and this is instrument number 1 in that series. So that's the first feature, is the actual paper, the paper used, what type of paper. Okay, do all of these wills, if they're all made at the exact same time, boom. All right, well, we know there's 10. All right, well, wow. Here's number 11. How did that happen? Okay, well, first we're going to look at the paper. So paper doesn't match right off the bat. You're out of there. So paper is very important, and that's just one particular security feature that you can use when it comes to your last will and testament. All right, because that's what you don't want. You don't want pages to become missing. You don't want things to disappear and reappear. So the next thing we're going to start with, okay, because we've already started with the foundation, that's the paper. So next, what are we doing with the paper? We're putting ink on the paper. Okay, what kind of ink are we going to put on the paper there, Floyd? Well, we're going to use laser ink because you don't want to use inkjet. The reason being because they have specific chemicals that they can dip your paperwork in, and boom, everything goes off, or specific inks go off, or takes longer for some, and whatever. And then reprint all your documents. Laser printing, they're going to have a little bit more difficulty, especially if you have texture paper. And when you do it with more organic paper, the better. Suck up that ink, keep it more permanent. So that's what we're looking at there. Now, I told you what the printer is capable of doing. Now you see that there's a thumbprint over here, as well as a autograph, correct? And definitely you see the initials over here. So those inks start there. The thumbprint, that is done with a ink pad. And this is it. That's archival ink. As you can see, it's acid-free, waterproof, permanent. And this is a mulberry. I got mulberry instead of like crimson red, which most people would get, because it's dries a little bit darker red. It's more like blood, dried blood, than the crimson does. But this is archival. All right. So next, as I pointed out earlier, there are the autographs or signatures and the initials right here. And for that particular point, I use these pens right here, which are Micron. And see over here, these are archival as well. Archival ink. Micropigment ink for waterproof and fade-proof fine lines. So that's what I use for the signature. What I use for the thumbprints. Get both of those on Amazon. Most everything you can get on Amazon. So next, we've covered the paper, and I've covered what types of inks I use, and also the color of ink you use when you create this document. Okay. So the color of the ink you use, because you can find it, you can actually, go into the little color wheel and create your own color. So it doesn't have to be just like okay, red, blue, yellow, green, orange, etc., etc. You can go ahead and tweak it and make it whatever you want. So there's another feature right there. Now, what I will show you right here, you see last will and testament, and it's very anyway, this particular font is a custom font, and application of this font would, it's not common. It doesn't come with Microsoft package or anything else. You have to go find it, download it, and put it in your software for application purposes. So I go get fonts all the time. I love to get new custom wild different fonts because I have to use them for my thumbnails for my YouTube advertisements. So I like it anyway. So when you use different fonts, And you know, I could have literally used a font here, another one for this, another one for this. That's probably Times Roman. You know, another one for that. Different down here. There could be 4 or 5 different fonts. You know, multiple fonts. What you want. You want to make this document, you know, so unforgeable that it's easy when you see original next to it. He was like, oh yeah, here's all the flaws. Okay. So they don't have this font. They're gonna try to match it, but they don't know exactly where to go get it. And they're not gonna be able to match it. It'll be a cut and paste. It'll be a sloppy job. Anybody like me, I'm not even an expert. I can knock that shit off in a heartbeat. So, all right, got the paper, got the inks, got the color of the inks. We have the fonts and the font types, correct? So we can go over the signatures or autographs or however you want to do that. Or thumbprints. Okay. These are my instruments that I've created. This is how I have them set up for me, by me. This part of my trust package that I have. Like I said, I'm also a notary, so I do this professionally for other people. I can put together a last will and testament package for you if you are here in Texas that looks like this. And I will be the notary. I'll put this together for you, and I'll say X amount of copies and get it all tidied up. Boom, 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 boom. And you're set. And now for these ribbons, which would be our next step over here for security and anti-corrupt anti-corrupt measures. Okay, this silk ribbon, and it can be any color that you would like. I chose purple because it goes with my estate, which is royalty, royal purple. That's actually supposed to be purple when I get it redone. Mine will be purple and gold. That's just Harbin, straight from Harbin, I believe, country. Anyway, so this ribbon can be any color. It can be red, it can be blue, purple, lavender, green, whatever tickles your fancy. You know, you can pick some house colors, something that goes with your estate. Okay, but this is looped through here, so that's locked. Okay, and that doesn't even get into this little grommet. So this is the red. See right there, 100% pure silk. Good. Grommets. Okay. However thick your will is, I got grommet. Yeah. That took me a minute. Of course, the seals. Foil ones, and I also have the gold paper one. Grommet gun. And the embosser. This one's from my estate. That was just my flag, just my flag, and that's my estate with my flag. Remember I told you ordering on Amazon don't work? Yeah, I don't want my flag. They tried to. Well, anyway, you can order just these, so you don't have to have a gun. But you can just slide these in and out, and they have different sizes. So make sure you get the right size. But I believe this is a 2-inch. I think that's a 2 1/4. Make sure you know what you're doing when it comes to embossers. Do your homework, do your research, because you want them to fit. So when you're embossing, put your seal on there. You want to fit. Okay, so getting back to the document. So we're over here with the brass rivet. Uh, anyway, that's what it looks like. And this one is has a taller barrel length from the normal everyday run of the mill grommets. And you're not gonna like, yeah, I doubt you can find a notary who's as well prepared with materials as I am to do all that. That's like a normal little grommet. So if you were doing a document, 12 pages is probably pushing it, depending on the percentage of your paper. That's why I got these bigger grommets for a heavier weight of paper or bond and more of them. So I had to reach beyond these, and that took a minute. But anyway, and sadly, you can't order these like 10 at a time. You got to order 1,000, I think. Lifetime supply. Um, so there you go for that screw picture. Go to the grommet, and they're put on with this little magnificent little machine. And you squeeze it on there, and it expands the other end of the grommet, seals your paper together there nice and tight. And it's grommeted. And then you drape the ribbon through here and come down, trim it, have your notary put the seal on there, and then you can sign it, and the notary can make their little statement right here. Boom, you can put it in a box if you would like. And I can put that together like that. It's no big deal. But anyway, so the features are now you have this, okay, grommet, so these papers aren't coming apart. So if you have a last will and testament that's stapled together, yeah, you're kind of leaving yourself open. It's not protected. Okay. So if each individual one of these pages had this embossed full foil seal on it, as well as coat of arms, state flag. You do not necessarily have to have all this. I just personally do. Type of font, color of the font, a watermark background, a thumbprint, an autograph or signature, a seal by a notary, ribbon, and then grommet. So those are just the security features there. I'm sure that's everything. Well, I didn't even get down here to the copyright because this is intellectual property. Belongs to you. So there are 7 copies or 7 pages to this instrument. And you can see 1 through 7. So once this is prepared, and put it in the hands of the correct people. Hopefully you have a trust established, and there you go. You have set it up for your estate. I think I've covered about everything I needed to cover for that. As far as what you want to put in your last will and testament, that's solely your choice. How you want it worded. Um, I think I have 3 or 4 different samples. I'd have to go back and count them. Anyway, we just want to do that on last wills and testaments. I hope I've educated you a little bit about the processes that are available to you, that you're going to have to really do your due diligence, and it's going to take you a minute to find somebody who's qualified and capable of doing something of what you're looking at as a notary public for your last will and testament. And of course, in here, you want to get your witnesses together and all of that. Right here, witnesses, signatories completed, notary acknowledgement completed, pages initial, and then a little check box let you know right here on the top page everything that's been done on the contents of this particular instrument. All right. Like what you see, hey, give me a thumbs up. If you're in Texas, you want something like this for yourself or your family, hit me up. Um, I do special requests, or if you want special color ribbon, or if you want me to print all this out for you, I do have, I have everything. I have all this in my possession. We can meet, whatever. This is just for, the serious people. You have to be serious about your life, your legacy, and what you're going to do. You have to be serious about your paperwork that you're putting together, that it's rock solid, right? That's what we're all trying to do, put together instruments that are bulletproof, can't be touched. That's a wrap. You know what I mean? You're going to look at this and you're like, man, that's going to be tough to get around. How it's put together. That's just me. Anyway, thanks for watching. If I can save one of you guys out there, I guess I've done my job. Appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so when I put out new videos like this, that you will be notified. Yay. Hey, Fearless put out a new video. Yippee. Everybody jump for joy. If I don't see you before Christmas, happy holidays, but more than likely you will. I'm going to try to do another video. Try to do one a day if I can. So, yeah, I know I ain't got much of a sleeve here, but I got a Chris Hauser up here. Right? Oh, come on. You love Chris Hauser. They're homies.
No. Wow.
Okay, kids. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. There it is. Last will and testaments. How you really should prepare one. The contents of what you put in it, that's entirely up to you. That's your own choice. As always, I don't give legal advice, medical advice, or practice anything. I'm just having fun.